A plane crashes at over 500 miles an hour. Metal is torn apart. Fire reaches over 1,000 degrees. Almost nothing survives intact except one small box. Sitting near the tail of the aircraft that walks away from all of it, completely undamaged. And here's the first thing almost everyone gets wrong about it. It's not black. It's not even a box. Stick around, because what it actually survives is more extreme than most people realize. Black box is actually two separate devices. The flight data recorder, which logs things like altitude, speed, and engine performance, and the cockpit voice recorder, which captures audio from the cockpit, pilot conversations, alarms, ambient sound. And they're not black at all. They're painted bright international orange, specifically so search teams can spot them in wreckage, water, or snow. So why do people still call them black boxes? The most common explanation traces back to early recorders that used burnt, charred film to store data, leaving the internal components genuinely black. The name stuck even after the technology changed completely. But the real story isn't the name. It's what's inside that orange casing. Because it has to survive conditions that would destroy almost anything else humans have ever built. At the core of every modern recorder is a small unit called the Crash Survivable Memory Unit, essentially a fortress built around a tiny stack of memory chips. That memory unit is wrapped in multiple protective layers: a shell of high-strength stainless steel or titanium, an insulation layer designed to block extreme heat, and a dry film thermal barrier underneath that. To be certified for use on commercial aircraft, that unit has to pass tests that sound almost fictional. It's fired from an air cannon into a target, generating an impact force of 3,400 times the force of gravity. For comparison, fighter pilots can black out at around 9 Gs. It's then crushed under 5,000 pounds of static pressure for 5 minutes straight without the casing failing or the data becoming corrupted. Surviving the crash itself is only step one. The recorder also has to survive what happens after. It's placed directly into a flame at over 1,100 degrees Celsius, hotter than molten lava, and has to keep its internal components intact for a full 60 minutes, long enough for rescue teams to reach a wreckage site before the fire burns out. If the crash happens over water, the unit has to survive being submerged at ocean depths of up to 20,000 feet, deep enough to withstand pressure that would crush a submarine not built for it. That's roughly the same depth where the wreck of the Titanic rests. To help searchers actually find it underwater, most recorders include an underwater locator beacon, a small device that starts emitting an ultrasonic pinging signal the moment it detects submersion, designed to broadcast for at least 30 days on a single battery. Older recorders used magnetic tape, similar to a cassette, which could physically snap or degrade on impact. Modern recorders instead use solid-state memory chips, the same fundamental technology found in USB drives, because they have no moving parts to break and can survive far greater physical shock. A modern flight data recorder doesn't just log a handful of readings. It can track over 1,000 different parameters simultaneously, sampled multiple times per second, covering everything from altitude and airspeed to individual control surface movements. The cockpit voice recorder typically stores the most recent 2 hours of audio on a continuous loop, automatically overwriting older audio to preserve only what happened right before an incident. Together, these two devices give investigators an almost complete reconstruction of an aircraft's final moments, which is exactly why they're the first thing recovery teams search for after any incident. This entire system exists because of one simple principle in aviation. Every crash, no matter how tragic, becomes a lesson that prevents future ones. Investigators use the data and audio from these recorders to pinpoint exactly what went wrong: mechanical failure, weather, human error, and that information directly shapes new safety regulations, equipment redesigns, and pilot training procedures. It's a big part of why commercial flying has become dramatically safer over the decades. The lessons learned from the worst days are quite literally engineered into the safest ones. So next time you hear black box, remember, it's not black. It's not just a box, and it's arguably one of the most over-engineered objects ever built, designed to survive the one day everything else fails. If this taught you something new, follow for the next one